frigid December day in our nation's capital. We got our space heaters on full blast up in the booth at FedEx Field. They love their football in this part of the country, and this crowd is ready to go as their guys will match up with the Philadelphia Eagles. The ball on the tee, we're set for football, and we are underway from FedEx Field. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the first carry of the game for Cam Akers. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Calling no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. On the give, this is Akers. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Play action. Here's Hurts. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Townsend to punt it. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And a fair catch is taken here a step or 2 inside the 45-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with Antonio Gibson. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. This, the second meeting of these two teams. You might recall they met back in Week 5, and it was Washington winning on the road, so they're looking to finish off the sweep here at FedEx Field. Harris off the play fake. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Let's go. Let's go, Mike 50. Mike 50. Switch up, switch up. Mike 50, Mike 50. Hey, take.
Looking to throw. Harris. Throw right side, taken in by Gibson. Touchdown! Antonio Gibson. His 19th touchdown now on the season. And Washington has taken a first-quarter lead. You'd have to imagine for a team that's lost 3 straight games, scoring first in this first quarter has to feel pretty good.
That's feel great for them, and also it's a nice signal to the rest of the team because we talk about complimentary football all the time. So they've now signaled to the defense, now signaled to the kicking game, hey, we're here to play in this one. We're going to do our part. Let's see if you guys will do the exact same, and we can break this losing streak.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
Cameron Curl up to make the tackle.
At the 29-yard line.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. On the handoff, it's Akers. He'll be dropped at the 30. The first broken tackle couldn't bust him free.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
On 3rd down, here's a run by Akers. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Last week we saw a rarity. He was over 200 yards on the ground, and they lost. So we'll see if they can get more carries like that and win this week.
And that was interesting watching the game tape, wasn't it? Because it was hard to register while we watched him pile up that yardage and create those nice runs that they didn't win the football game. But that doesn't mean changing what you do. Continue to feed him the football.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. And, Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him over 3,000 yards passing now on the campaign.
And, Brandon, nowadays your leader's usually closer to 5,000 yards on the year, but still, 3,000 yards, a good season.
That's taken in by the tight end Perkins. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. Throwing is Hurts. Open man has got it, the tight end. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Hurts. Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Cameron Curl. pretty frigid December day in our nation's capital. We got our space heaters on full blast up in the booth at FedEx Field. The enthusiasm for football here on the East Coast always in the air. These folks are ready as their guys get set to match up with the Philadelphia Eagles. 22 men ready to do battle. It's time to dance. And we are underway from FedEx Field. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Gets this one to Joshua Perkins. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back, and he gets it down to the 32. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll make it a 2nd down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Forced out to his left. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. Little glimpse of his athleticism there and what they're going to have to deal with. He can use his legs to dance around back behind the line of scrimmage and beyond the line of scrimmage.
And wouldn't you love to get a copy of their defensive scouting report going into the week? Because that's been stressed the whole time. Keep him bottled up. Keep him in the pocket. But it's the first drive of the game and emotions are running high. Someone forgot that, trying to make a big play and gave up a bigger one instead. They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
2nd and 10. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for this with Akers. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. Now to try the Eagle field goal, Jake Elliott. The kick by Elliott is good. And the Eagles, they take a 3-0 lead. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating 1st downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. that has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The first carry for the Memphis man, Antonio Gibson. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to them.
On second down, here's Gibson again. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. On the draw, it's Gibson. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. This, the second meeting between these two division rivals. You might recall they met earlier in the year, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Harris. That's out to the flat for Gibson. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 13-yard line.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Gibson here running out of the gun. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Defensively, Sam Hubbard, the former Buckeye, there to stop him.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
He's got it, and he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Well, he did everything but get him in the end zone there, but now they're set up golden opportunity, strong opening drive, and they're knocking on the door.
And the way that they did it, now look where they are on the field, all right? This is naturally set up for a running play, isn't it? But with his ability to throw the football, his accuracy on this drive, you might want to think about a pass play in this situation.
Interesting. Time to find out. They'll try to run it in, going option right. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. 2nd and goal from the 6 this time. Looking to throw. Harris. This is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson. His 19th touchdown now on the season. And Washington has taken the lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambo. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing.
Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamin Davis. And they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week, and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and he can't do it all on one throw.
Back to throw. Harris. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, this is almost an unwinnable spot for a defense. They have to come right out for a 1st and goal trying to stop them. But let me hold on a second. Let me take that back real quick. They can win here if they force a field goal try. Still a long ways away from that happening, but that has to be what they're thinking right now.
Gibson is not going to advance very far. He'll be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Harris. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And Washington going to add on to their lead. Point after by Lambo, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good move.
And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Chase Young in there to get him. And that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Second and 21. A lot of ground to cover. Here's Akers. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise there in the dive. Off the play fake. Here's Hurts. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamin Davis. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. they go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
Here's Harris on first down. He's got it to Gibson. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson with touchdown number 20 on the year. And Washington is able to stretch their lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the lead is up to 18 now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. 21-3 is your score after one. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run here with Akers. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Pretty straightforward play there by the linebacker. He saw the run, went with straight-ahead pursuit, and dumped him behind the line of scrimmage.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Here's Hurts to throw. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
My man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
Yeah, really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there. The Eagles. technically 5 miles east of Washington, D.C., and that's where you find this place, FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. They love their football in this part of the country, and this crowd is ready to go as their guys will match up with the Philadelphia Eagles. Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from FedEx Field. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here's Gibson to start the drive. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Back to throw. Harris. That's into the hands of his tight end, Bates. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Harris now on 1st and 10. Oh, now Harris lost it. It's a fumble. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and an Eagle touchdown. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week, he's smiling. Elliott good with a PAT, and that makes the score 7-0. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Fielded just outside the goal line. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they, if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They are guarding against the upset.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. Harris. Flush to his right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
And tatter, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. So on 4th down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away. Back deep, Isaiah McKenzie. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Now the first carry for Cam Akers. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. From the gun, it's Hurts. He'll check this down to Akers out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago.
And it's 3rd down.
An extra man in the secondary for Washington.